Okay, so I'm almost done with my A17 build. This is the X-Sight 2 HD scope. On my A17, I upgraded the rail right here. I can only find one person who made a rail for this, so it fits pretty nice. I've got an American Defense quick disconnect. I tried using another brand, but LaRue, but it didn't set very well. And this one fits nice and flush on the back right here. Comes off really easy, sits nice and snug. And the big change that I did to this today is I upgraded the stock. It now has a Boyd's custom laminated forest camouflage style laminated stock, and it is awesome looking. I had some issues dropping this in here. They did not put a notch where the trigger group is, and that made it so when I dropped this in here, it didn't set all the way. So I was having issues, could not get to the safety. I'm still not sure if it's dropping in all the way. You can kind of see this little lip right here, but up front it's sitting nice and flush and clean right here. So I might have to remove some more material tomorrow. I did it all with a file today, which was not fun, because on the inside of there, I'll show you guys later, it was like flat, but in the actual stock from Savage, there's a little notch in there, and what happens is there's a little itty bitty little piece of metal that sticks out from the trigger up in here, and it just barely touched the back of this stock. And when you did the bolt, so whenever you went like this, which just sucks because I'm trying to do this with the camera, this trigger would get stuck and you could not pull it and you would not be able to fire. So it kind of defeats the purpose of a semi-automatic rifle if you can't pull your trigger, or any rifle for that. But I think this is looking really nice. All the lines are nice and clean. I mean, this is beautiful. There's some nicks that I noticed up here, but I'm not gonna bitch about it. It's just there. Probably during shipping, I'll sand them out if it bothers me. But nice and clean. So the next part of this project, this is really nice and looking, but I want this to be really accurate. It's an A17, and the original stock is a piece of crap. I'll come over here and grab it. Don't mind the messy house. You guys know me, I'm messy. So you've probably seen some of my pictures when I first got this rifle, but here's the original stock right here. This piece of plastic, I mean, you shouldn't be able to hold a stock with one hand like this and flip it around. I mean, this stock is junk. If you look inside, I'll turn the light on because of the black, you won't see very well. But inside here, that is all the contact that touched the rifle. So get this to focus. There we go. So see that? Just that itty bitty little ring there is what touched the receiver, and that wasn't really cool. And the back, the same. Had a little bit more lip because it sits back there. And I think this little piece of plastic right there is the recoil, what stops the recoil on this little thing. But if you look right here at the trigger, see that little notch at the very bottom? Right there? They didn't do that on this one. And it's just all open. There's springs and everything back there on in the trigger group, and yeah, it would not let me pull the trigger. Now this other one, I'll open it up before I start bedding it, and you'll see what I do to it. But a lot of people are using like micro balloons, and they call it bed and resin and bedrock and crap. But any of my friends who do prosthetics and that, you know that micro balloons is no strength. So why you would bed a rifle that has recoil with micro balloons is beyond me. It's stupid. So a lot of people are using DevCon 110, and it looks like it's pretty good as metal reinforced, but I found something, since this barely has any contact on the side, it doesn't really have that much recoil in it, but I want this as accurate as possible. So I found some DevCon titanium. And this is what I'm going to be bedding with this titanium putty. I'll be bedding the front and the back where it bolts into here so that it's 100% contact at those points. And I'll probably just a little bit anterior of the bolt right here where it tapers a little bit, try to get it so it pulls in nice and tight right here. And back here it sits flat on top, and then right down here there's a piece of plastic that slides in with threads up, and it pulls down and pinches like right here. So I've been debating if I just want to just fill that whole space in and actually have this putty, what it threads into, drill and tap it and mount it into that. But I'll see, I'll do this simple first, keep it simple stupid, you know. But it'll be interesting to see how this stuff comes out. They use this stuff for fixing drive shafts that have been damaged and stuff. So I've never seen an epoxy that strong, but looking at this is probably the strongest and the best bed I can do right now. And once I get that in here, the upper, the whole rifle is going to be like one unit instead of a little bit wobbly, because even though everything's in here nice and tight, I have a feeling that there'll be a little bit of play, and I want as tight as groups as possible with this, because I really want to use this rifle for testing out this scope as soon as ATM comes out with the new firmware, and possibly get the rangefinder that goes with this. I want to test the crud out of this on this rifle. I want this rifle as solid as possible. And the A17 round by what is it? I think like CCI makes it. They make a round specifically for this rifle, made from Savage. And they also make a scope that's specifically for this rifle. So if I can get them to send me that, because I got this stock for free, and I got $200 off on the rifle from Savage because I sent them some of my reviews and they just gave me a little bit of a discount on it. I don't have anything on this, and I've pissed ATN off a few times where they actually kicked me off of their owner's Facebook page because I put all the stuff that doesn't work on this on there, and they've recently re-added me to it, and people like when I answer their questions, give them feedback on it. All in all, I love the scope, but yeah, there's lots of stuff on it that doesn't work. Like if you use the GPS, it'll freeze up on you. You can see right here, it's got an SD card, and right next to it, it's got a USB port that you cannot read the SD card in the scope. You have to take it out. And next to that, there's a micro HDMI, which works great, except the fact when you connect this to a TV or anything, it shuts off the screen inside the scope. So, kind of makes it annoying. So, but anyways, this is my long-born video on my Savage A17 that I've been working on. Either tonight or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to glass bed it, and I'll try to record it, what I'm doing, or just in the process of doing it. But yeah, everything's running awesome. I took everything apart on this. It's really easy to take apart. Pulled the bolt out, cleaned it, greased it with some high temperature Baron grease, and it makes it run a lot smoother. I mean, it's clean. Took the trigger apart, cleaned all that out, used some toothpaste, polished out some parts on it. The trigger is nice, it breaks clean. I mean, you barely have to pull that, and it's an Accu trigger, so it's pretty awesome. A lot of people complain about it, but I think they just haven't taken their stuff apart, cleaned it, and do what you're supposed to do. Make sure your rifle's in working order. If you don't know how to clean a rifle, you don't deserve to own one. So, I mean, what do you guys think I should do to this? I don't know what else I can do. Maybe do some checkering, go take it to the tech shop and do some laser engraving on it, or just keep it. I think I'm gonna make a leather cheek rest on this. Well, I'm gonna have a bottom piece come up first. It'll come up to about here with Velcro, and it'll Velcro up and over the top with Velcro on the back of the straps. And then another piece that's got my cheek rest, so I can have different ones I make that are adjustable, and they'll just taco over it and Velcro on the bottom here, and I'll make it the same shape as this, nice and clean. Maybe do some embroidery on it and see if that works. Just try to do something clean, use some of my prosthetic skills and orthotic fabrication to make this thing look cool and make it as accurate as possible. The cool thing about I don't know if I said it earlier, I'm just talking now, but the A17 round, especially from CCI, that's made for this, it's called the A17 17 HMR. it travels, when you fire from 50 feet to 150 feet, it flies flat. So this is like the perfect rifle for testing stuff. I just got to make sure that I'm not losing any groups due to the rifle, so I can test out different ammos in this rifle and see what worked best in this, because there's some reviews on there, but it seems everyone who's done a review has not put anywhere near 200 rounds through this rifle. And with a round it's the exact same size as a pellet in a standard pellet gun, not the 22 but the 17. I mean, it takes a long time for something that small to break in a barrel this big. This barrel might not look that big, but if we look at the front of it, if I can get it right there, it's pretty much a bull barrel for the size of the round. It's itty bitty. And they do make this in a target with a heavier barrel, but I don't see a need for a big heavy barrel on a round the size of a pellet. Or a BB. I mean, same size. That's it. Let me know what you guys think. This is going on too long. I don't usually do videos for Facebook or my friends, and I usually just do them for YouTube. But I'd like to know, what should I do with this? Hit me up, leave some comments. Thank you.